Mission start. High score. Mission complete. Victory.
Hey everybody, it's Doc Fortune. We're back playing some Risk of Rain 2. I've actually gotten, this is one of my favorite games of all time, but I've gotten more and more interested into it as I'm trying to go through and unlock all the additional little challenges that we still have left to unlock. So you can see we have some challenges on the side. We want to do 3 combat shrines in one stage if we can find it. We need to defeat an elite boss for a challenge. We need to do 2 shrines of the mountain. So if we get 2 in one stage, we're going to try to do them both. If we're feeling really crazy, we're going to do 20 stages in one run. That's if you loop your run, you can get 20 stages in there. And the first thing we're going to be doing is try to unlock Acrid, which requires us to go to, we go and look in our logbook, we can go to survivors. We don't have everybody unlocked. This one says stabilize the cell in the void fields. That's Acrid, so that's the one we're going to be trying to unlock right now. Let's see, just going to go to single player mode and we're going to set it to monsoon. That's the highest difficulty. And we're going to try to do I don't know who we want to use, but we've been having a good time with Artificer, so we're going to stick with them and try to beat this challenge. In order to do this, you need to go to the void fields, which requires you to open a portal to the market between worlds, which is a little, it's not really a secret stage. You can go there pretty often by using lunar coins to open newt chests. So let's just get some airtime, make sure we don't have one hiding around here. I'll call it out to you when we see it. It's a little shrine you can pay a little lunar coin to, and it'll open the portal to the market between worlds automatically. When you beat the boss, you can go through the portal instead of taking the teleporter exit. So we got a cautious slug. This is good. We really want anything that's going to help us heal, because when we go into the void fields, there's going to be a constant cloud that damages us when we're not in the control area. So it's going to be important to have something that can heal us up when we get back to the control area. And you'll kind of see what I mean. It's there's a zone of safety that you have to stay in and charge in order to complete the void field challenges. This is flat damage reduction, so that's good. We want that. We're taking a bunch of damage, so we're just going to go up in the air, make sure we're flying, and rain hell down on your enemies. That's kind of the secret to playing Artificer. This dummy's going to walk off the cliff and hurt himself. But if you ever get in too much danger, you can always press your R button. As long as you have this ability unlocked, it's called Ionic Blast, I think, but it makes you jump straight up in the air. More healing, so this is good. We'll take all this. You don't need a ton of offense to do the void fields. It is helpful if you have a good piece of equipment like, say, a missile launcher, because the missiles will fire out and track the enemies for you. Sometimes they can be hard to find and you'll waste a lot of time running around and damaging miasma. It could cost you your life. If you watch any of our previous videos, you'll see it's happened to me several times, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just kind of messing around trying to see if I could complete the challenge by figuring it out, and I couldn't. So I watched some videos. I saw some people how they do it. We're going to give it a shot this time. Right now we just want as many gifts as we can get. It's the normal, but it goes double for when you're trying to complete this void trial in the first couple of stages, because you're not going to have that much stuff, but the enemies scale based on the difficulty. So if you do it early, it's not going to be that bad anyway. Make sure to aim and hit as many of your shots as you can. You're not going to have auto aim with the Artificer the way that you do with Huntress, but your blasts do a lot of damage and you have good AoE, so it's not hard to hit with something. If you're really trying, press mouse 2 You can charge it up, but you'll basically lob out a bomb. It's also really good if things are in front of you, because you'll just burst and stun everything on the ground nearby, and that way it'll sort of clear the field of enemies and help you get out of trouble if you find yourself in a tight spot. This is great. It helps us run fast. These are all basically the perfect items you want to get for trying to do this run, because we have health, we have regen, we have things that block, and we have things that help us run quicker. I took this healing drone just to give us some healing, but it's not great for the void fields because the miasma will just delete all your drones, so you basically just don't have them for the whole duration of the fight. This is the perfect equipment that we wanted. We're just getting, it's like the game knows what we're trying to do, so it gave us a really good piece of equipment, the missile launcher. What we need to do now is try to find a new shrine so we can be guaranteed that the map is going to open a lunar portal when we get to the end. Sometimes there's one hiding right here. We don't see it this time. So we're just going to pick up toys while we're in the ballpark. Or the neighborhood, I should say. This is okay. It'll probably help us if we can pick up health from enemies in the void fields, so we'll just hang on to it for now. The crowbar is always good on the artificer because it allows you to do big damage up front. You can see we did a huge boost right there, a huge burst. We don't have anything we want to get rid of, so we're just going to leave this recycler alone for now. See some more items down here, so we're just going to go try to pick them up before we get on our way. Sometimes there's a newt shrine down here. I don't see one. You can see the gates over there. We have orange particles coming out of the sky, but we know there's some more items we want to loot down here first, so let's go ahead and get those. Attack speed would normally be great, but I don't think it does that much on Artificer, so we're going to take the med kit. It's going to be more useful to us anyway. We're using our R button to get a high burst of vertical mobility, and then you can use the Artificer's passive on spacebar and it'll just slow your descent while you're falling. So I missed that guy with my mouse 2 button, but I hit him with all the primary attacks, so that helped out. Sometimes there will be a newt altar back there, but that area is closed off to us right now. We haven't found one yet, so we're going to keep looking for a little while to make sure. They spawn in different locations. Sometimes they're easy to find, sometimes not. We're just going to take a drone because we have the money. Looks like this might be one of those times it's not as easy to find. Let's see. Just throwing that on the ground so I could stun all those guys around me. You can also use your wall. I haven't been using it that much, but it freezes people. It does a lot of damage. It makes them execute below a certain threshold, so I would say use it liberally. Throw it out as often as you can. We're just looking around. We don't see the shrine that we need, so just keep peeking for a minute. We're looking, it's kind of like a purple little ball that you can pay a coin to. Sometimes they're in hidden or obscure places. I don't see one over here. Don't see one over here. We'll keep going up and trying. You can see you can climb pretty high into the skybox with the Artificer. This doesn't look like we're finding much. We're going to skirt up here to the top of this and make sure there's nothing on top of the world that's psyching us out. These are areas you normally would not be able to get to, but we have a very high... Oh, see, we hit the top of the skybox, and it bumped us back to the beginning. So we can't find it, but there might be an easy to find one on the second stage. We're going to go ahead and end the level. Alright, here we have a lunar coin. If you see these, you can pick them up. You can see underneath my money, I have 23 of them right now. Alright, let's go ahead and fight the boss. This is a normal run. This is the first time I haven't done Eclipse in a long time, just because Eclipse has kind of been my go-to challenge since I beat the game. So I just find it's more rewarding to do higher difficulties and put myself as handicapped as possible, so that way it's more meaningful whenever I complete the run. At least it is to me. Rain this Kamehameha right in his face. He's going to start beaming us, so we're going to drop out of the sky to get some speed so that we can escape from it. Throw your wall on him, hit him with your primary, charge up your Kamehameha. Does a big burst of damage. We're going to use our missile launcher as well. And we got him knocked out. I don't know what kind of crazy stuff was happening right there, so I just hit my jump button to give us a boost, and we're going to take the Hopu Feather. As you can see, having the bear, Tougher Times, makes a bunch of squeaky noises whenever we get hit, and that means it's blocking hits for us. It's not reducing damage, it's not shielding us, it just completely blocks the hit. So it is a chance. It doesn't happen every time, but the more of them you have, the greater the chance. So if you can stack 10 of these little guys, it's going to help you. Ooh, shouldn't have jumped into that. It's going to help you a lot. It'll just randomly block things. Anytime you get hit, it can be a hit that'll give you one hit. Something I didn't know that I found out, if you'll take a look in the bottom left-hand corner at my health bar, I have a little set of diagonal candy cane stripes on my bar. That means I have protection from being one-shot. So a lot of things in this game are so strong that they'll just kill you in one hit. But as long as you have this little candy cane stripe down on a portion of your health bar, it means you have prevention, one-shot prevention. So it protects you from being killed by things in one hit. You'll probably go down to where that candy cane stripe starts, and that'll be where it drops your health at the max. But yeah, that's something fun I didn't know. It could be handy to pay attention to if you think you're about to do a really tricky maneuver. Like the captain has a cool maneuver where he can shoot his orbital strike onto himself in order to gain a large boost. Normally it'll kill him, but if you have one-shot protection, you can survive it, and then you can just take a huge flying boost up in the air. Little tricks like that can be very helpful on characters that aren't as mobile. We'll maybe play some Bandit later and showcase what I mean by that. Bandit has a skill that allows him to go into stealth. He can't jump or dash really like a lot of other players can, but his stealth will give him a little pop. So this is a good item for us. Makes us run fast. That's what we want. His stealth will give him a little jump in the air, a little bounce, a little boost when you use it. So if you use it right before you jump or when you're running, you can use the bounce to get a little verticality, and it'll help you reach places you probably wouldn't be able to reach, or make maneuvers you normally wouldn't be able to make. Right out of the gate, we have a lot of people just harassing us, which is fine with me because we're going to steal their lunch money, and then when we find all these Christmas presents laying around on the ground, we're going to be able to afford them because lots of guys already donated their lunch to us. This is an okay item. Normally I would love it. On Artificer, I don't love it. You've probably heard me say that a million times, but in case you're just tuning in. Now, we don't have enough money to activate this twice, which is sad to me because we've been doing nothing but fighting clowns ever since the match started. And it might not give us an item either, so we're not going to really waste time on it right now. We'll come back to it later when we don't have anything else to spend money on. Got a big burst on that guy because we charged up our mouse. I've been bragging on tougher times, so I'm just going to take it. It's our squeaky teddy bear that blocks damage for us. We don't have, well, do have one item. We don't want to trade it for that right now because it's a Hopu feather, and a Hopu feather gives you a double jump, like so. It's not as vital on Artificer because they have an ability that shoots us way up in the air. That's how we're going to get this Newt Shrine. This is what we were looking for on the first stage, but we couldn't find it. Sometimes they're random, sometimes they're harder to find. But you just activate that, you can pay at a lunar coin, and now we're guaranteed to have the portal, the lunar portal to the bazaar spawn at the end of the stage when we get there. Right now we're just avoiding combat because we have enough money. We want to get every present that we see and make sure you feather your descent with your passive that way. Oh look, another tougher time. So we have 3 of these now, which means we're 3 times more likely to trigger its passive. So it turned out to be a good play, stacking up the tougher times. I'm not going to waste a bunch of time on this, but I am going to click it one more time to see if it just gives us an item. And it did. It gave us the Chrono Bauble, which was something we wanted out of the 3D printer, so can't really complain about that. Alright, let's run. More guys are going to appear while we're wasting time fighting those guys. We just want to get presents and we want to go to the lunar market so that we can try and unlock Acrid. We have good items for it. We're going to wait till we have some money. Maybe these guys will give us their lunch money. And we're going to buy this bleed damage. That's going to help us. Alright. On to the present hunt. You can see some down on the ground right over here. Double jump. If you don't use all your double jumps, it's going to make it harder for you to trigger your descent, your passive that makes you drop slowly. So just go ahead and use them up if you're trying to get that passive going so you can float. Otherwise, when you get in a boss fight, you're going to try to use your float, and instead you're going to think it's activated when really all you did was double jump, and you're going to be 1,000,000 feet up in the air, so when you fail to do your float, you're going to fall to the ground and kill yourself with fall damage. And it's not going to be anybody to blame but yourself. It's just part of the strategy you got to get used to. Also, as cool as it is to fly indefinitely like this, some things will interrupt your hover. Some abilities seem to knock you out of it. You're going to randomly press spacebar sometimes. That'll knock you out of it. Some attacks will slow you or alter your mobility, and that can knock you out of it. So what I recommend to do, and you'll see when we do the fight, is just always be checking to see if jets are coming out of your back. That's one way you're going to be able to tell if you're floating. We're getting like dream items. So the end doesn't have to run once we unlock Acrid, unless we die while we're trying to do it. And if we can manage it, we're going to be in really strong shape. Don't let these guys build up. They'll nickel and dime you to death. They're a huge nuisance. We want to jump. We want to make sure we're flying. We're going to press our missile. We're going to shoot a bomb down, and that's just going to help blast a bunch of these guys. Just keep doing it if you can. We have lots of charges because we got this boomerang. You can see it does even more damage if you land a direct hit on them. I'm going to use my ice wall to clear some of the guys on the ground. But yeah, we just want to thin these guys out. That way we're not dealing with an army of them whenever we go activate this teleporter to initiate the boss fight. take a quick last look for presents. You can see there's just one or two on the ground nearby. We don't want to leave any presents behind, so go ahead and get them. This is a shield. We have really good items for the void fields, so let's do it up before it gets too hard. So we're going to throw our ice on the ground. We're going to make sure we're floating. Jets coming out of the back, and bomb these guys with your mouse button. Press our equipment. Just fire off some missiles. You can press R to get really high up if you want to. It's always easier to shoot down on these little wisps than it is to shoot up at them or any stuff like that. Right now we just want to keep bombing these beetles as much as we can. You can see we're so high we're not even in the command zone. So the teleporter isn't charging up, but that isn't a big deal. We're going to take the lunar exit anyway. You can see our chrono bobble is slowing them. That's why they have all these little bands of time around them. Always make sure to keep using your left shift, because while it doesn't stun them, it does damage them. And it will stun the little guys on the ground. If you start to get too close to them, just fly up in the air and lob a Kamehameha down at them. We bursted a bunch of them to death. That's why the Artificer is so fun. Aim this up a little bit because it'll fall. You can see the thunderbolts on it do some damage, even if you miss. I've heard that can mess up your crowbar procs, so just be wary of that. I don't know if it makes crowbar a bad item necessarily, but it might make it less optimal to use with this ability, if that's true. However, this damn ability is so strong, I'm not ever going to stop using it unless I find out that the next alternate ability is even stronger. That happens sometimes. We found that out with R. When we switched to R, it's way stronger than Flamethrower because it lets you do this. Flamethrower gives you no mobility, and you can't run while you're doing it, so you're very slow. We got a fuel cell. This is, like I said, turning out to be a dream run for Artificer. We're getting basically every item you could want to do the void fields and to charge up her abilities. We have 2 ammo clips, which gives us 2 charges of our mouse 2, which is a very strong stunning AoE attack. You can charge it up, does more damage if you hit him with it. We also have a fuel cell that we got from beating this boss, so the fuel cell gives us an extra charge on our equipment. That means we can fire missiles more often. We have a double jump, we have sprint, we have healing, we have stuff to block, we have stuff to regen. So we've got a good chance to beat this and unlock Acrid this time. We've struggled a few times, but I got a good feeling. Alright, so you can always go in and check the market before you start doing this in case it has something useful. These are lunar items. They're really good items, but they have a drawback. We can't read them and see what they are right here, unfortunately. If you're holding 5 of these at once, it unlocks something, but I know at least this is equipment, so it's not going to count for us to having 5 of them for some reason. It's weird like that. You can choose this green stage. It'll take you somewhere special. I'm not sure. We're not trying to do that right now. We want to see, do we have 5 green items we're willing to throw away? We don't. But if you do, and you can get this item, it's very useful. It boosts your heals and regeneration. So nothing else that we want to get. If you ever want to unlock the Artificer, they're right here, and it costs you 10 lunar coins. We've already got them. We are the Artificer, so we're going to go on to the secret stage that lets you access the void fields. You're just going to drop down. You can kind of feather it. If you have Artificer, you can drop slowly. But what you want to do is look for there's a hole in the wall. Let's go ahead and get this if we can. It's an entry to the logbook. Takes us a while to fall down on it. There we go, we got it. And so what you want to do is come over here to where this hole in the wall exists. We're going to fly up. You can walk on all this. It's not hazardous. You won't fall through. It won't kill you. See the corpse of a void walker right there. That kind of gives you a sign that you're headed to the void fields. So this is the portal. You want to go ahead and hit this portal. That's going to take us there. Once you're in the void fields, you're going to start at this vent, and it's going to ask you, do you want to open the cell vent? So you press E, it'll expand out. Inside this, you're okay. We're going to press our missiles because they'll seek out enemies. I don't know where they are, but you can see the missiles are going after them. And so they'll go ahead and start damaging these guys, even while we're far away, and hopefully that'll lure them towards us. We have a goat hoof right here. That's very helpful. So once we complete this, we'll probably be able to buy that goat hoof. It'll make us even faster. I'm going to pop up to see where the enemies are. I don't see them. So I'm just going to hang out and wait. Heal up a little bit. If we stand still. There we go. We see him coming now. I'm going to throw our ice wall to freeze him and Kamehameha him. You didn't get to execute. He unfroze before that. And you hit the missiles again. And that's why the missiles are a good item for this. They know where these guys are at, even if we don't. So, throw that, charge your Kamehameha, and, well, we didn't quite execute him, but the mouse one attack got him. So we beat this stage now. You want to always open this. It gives you an item. We're going to take Cautious Slug. It helps us heal. We don't have enough to get this. That's very sad. But as you can see now, this thing is shrinking. So we want to go find the next event. You can find the next event because there's a beacon. The beacon will show you the way. So we're taking damage the whole time, but we have pretty good health items. We should heal up once we get back into this new beacon. We're going to activate it now. It'll just let the enemies come towards us. We got another one right here. I guess they're all going to be these guys at this stage. I'm not sure. We got one behind us. He's a little bit special. So we've got that guy. Yeah, this one's an elite monster because he's got some kind of elemental ability. Just bomb him in the face. You can press your missiles if you want. He's harder to kill, so just don't be afraid to burst him down and make him take as much damage as possible. You see we got another guy here dancing with us. Freeze that guy up. Bomb him out. Charge up your Kamehameha. You can blast them. It stunned them both. We're taking a little bit of damage, but we have some shield. That's why shield is good on this. We still got a few more guys stomping around. So that's what these trials are. They're going to make you fight a few guys in the confines of these little narrow spaces until you are able to charge the teleporter like so. Or not the teleporter, but... Oh, we should have took the goat hoof. That's okay. We have money now, so we can bomb up. We see that the gate is over here. We're going to fly back to where we started. Pick up some of these items along the way. You want this. It's bleed damage. Keep an eye on your health. You're taking damage the whole time you're out here. We want the goat hoof. Now we're going to make a beeline towards this. We might die. We died. I should have stood still. I could have mitigated some of that a little bit with my health items. But I just tried to rush and get it. That's why you shouldn't stand around too long in the miasma. It'll just kill you. So even though we were doing good, we lost just being dumb. Alright, round 2. We're going to try it again. I doubt we're going to get as perfect items as that. That should have been the run to beat it with, but now we're just going to have to make up for luck with skill. Let's make sure. Sometimes there's a newt altar back here. Yep, so we want to go ahead and activate it. That'll give us the chance to go right back into the void fields on this level. We won't have to wait. We might not be as strong because we won't have as many items, but It's not that hard to beat. The hard part is being smart about managing your time out in those fields, because that's what killed us. It wasn't the enemies, it wasn't the limited space. Excuse me. Just standing around like dummies getting burned by passive environmental damage. Alright, we have a good item right off the bat. It's uncommon. It's called Infusion, and it allows us to gain permanent health every time we kill enemies. So we're always going to be killing enemies. Means our health is always going to be going up. Killed that guy in one shot thanks to our combination of the wall, left shift, and our bomb on right mouse button. You can see my health has gone up. It's 150 now, 151, 152. Every time one of these little red blood orbs hits me, I go up. That's from infusion. Alright, let's get some equipment. This is a good one to have. I'm not going to complain about Volcanic Egg. It turns you into a fireball and allows you to escape sticky situations, which can be handy. We're going to take flat armor damage reduction. This just gives us flat reduction from all attacks. We could have taken the bear again. I really like the bear when you have the ability to stack several stacks of it. We're going to exchange our flat armor for this ammo clip because it gives us an extra mouse 2 ability. It's one of the strongest items you can get for Artificer because having more of your abilities is really nuts powerful on this character. They do all their damage with abilities. We're just going to use our R button to cheese and fly up a little bit so we can search this area and make sure we didn't miss any presence. We can also, when you get as high as possible in this character on the map, you can use her passive to float and sort of survey everything on your way down. So we're going to float. We can look. Make sure you're dashing. We came from that way. We already looked over here. I think I see something we missed. Yeah, so from the sky I was able to see that we missed this. It's a med kit. I'm glad we got it. It's a good item, at least in my opinion. People's opinions vary, but I think if you get like 5 to 10 of these med kits, what they do is they give you a big boost of healing right after you take damage. So you can recover from something bad happening as long as you can get some distance. You can see we got a little boost right there, even though we took some damage. Make sure you're sprinting. See, now I'm not. Now I am. It makes a lot of difference even when you're flying. We're going to ignore this drone because the drones get rocked by the void field. It does miasma damage that will pretty much beat these drones up. We don't need them as much since we're not on Eclipse. Normally I would take advantage of those drones to get health. Bomb these guys up. We wasted a lot of time. There's not really anything up here. We saw from when we were flying above that there's nothing up there. So just try to run. Make sure you're always fighting for Christmas presents or you're wasting your time. These guys want to brawl, but we're not interested. We're just going to fly up in the sky and leave them. We didn't get really good items for this fight like we did last game. We got only like 4 things. And I guess the game's trying to compensate by leaving a bunch of drones all over the map, but that shit's not going to help us at all. So let's go ahead and go fight our boss. And then we'll try this void field tactic again. A little bit weaker. Hopefully smarter than last time. So we got the Wandering Vagrant. I hate this guy. He's a big pain in the ass. You're gonna have to abuse terrain to make sure that you stay out of his ultimate attack, which is a burst that just fills the whole map up with AoE damage. You can't dodge it unless you're standing behind something, and it will one-shot you. So that's why I hate him. He's a big cheesy bastard. Kills you with cheese. We're gonna go up in the air just so we can get some distance on this guy, and then we can kind of use this bridge to block his cheesy attack. Hit him right in the face with our bomb if we can. You can also just get out of range of the attack, but it has a huge range, so it's hard to deal with. Something's keeping me in this. I was trying to detonate and get out of it. That's the volcanic egg. When he gets low, he automatically tries to do this. So we just barely got out of it. We took a bunch of fall damage, but that's better than being one hit killed. I'm going to wait till some of my things are charged back up, and then I'm going to go back up there to fight him. If you take a little bit of damage, the med kit will slowly heal you up. If you take a lot, it's going to have less and less effectiveness. Every time we take a love tap, the med kit kicks in and gives us a little bit of health. There it is. So let's go up here. The Vagrant is almost dead. I don't know what's been bothering him, or if he's just been... There he goes with his mega attack. We just want to hit him with the bomb. We got one shot. We weren't far enough away. Alright, let's try again. We're just trying to get some items. We're trying to get a lunar coin, a newt shrine, so we can open the portal to the bazaar between worlds. All these items are good. So we're just going to hang around here for a minute till we have enough money to buy them. They'll make our run easier. What the hell does it take to hit somebody with this damn ability? Right in his face, missing point blank over and over and over. Alright, the goat hoof makes you run faster. It's the superior movement item because it increases your speed overall on everything, even when you're sprinting. So always get this Paul's goat hoof when you can. This is perfect. This ensures we're going to get the portal at the end of the match. Shoot that guy with our basic attack, and we're going to use our mouse 2 to bomb this guy, and we're going to take this free money, and we're going to miss every shot on this. Oh, we didn't. Press R to gain height whenever you're falling. It'll shoot you up in the air. It's pretty much the reason to play Artificer, in my opinion. It's just a fantastic mobility move. This is normally a bad item. However, in this challenge that we're doing, I'll take it, because it'll allow us to heal when we stand still. We forgot to use this. We could have saved our run the last time if we just stood still and allowed for the mushrooms to heal us up. But I'm going to throw your ice wall. It'll allow you to execute this guy right when he gets under a certain threshold instead of wasting a bunch of time hitting him. Fortunately, we have a bunch of guys marching down the hill to fight us. That's what you want. Normally that would seem like a bad thing, but these guys have lots of lunch money to give us. And right now we need lunch money because we're too broke to save Christmas. We need presents to save Christmas. That's the only way to do it. I'm getting nickeled and dimed by these like shitty little level 1 minions. You don't want to do this. I don't know why I'm standing around dealing with this shit. So we're just going to run. There's no reason to let them build up and just murder you on the first level. I'm going to take this to help my healing. Here we go. I can't remember what we were fighting over, but we'll just double back around to it. We're discovering more stuff on the way as we go anyway. Another goat hoof is excellent. Got some free money. We're already running a lot faster with just 2 goat hoofs. Goat hooves. I don't know why I'm saying hoofs. Maybe either one's correct. Honestly, if we go fight the void fields with just these 2 items, I would feel pretty confident. But we're going to get lucky and we're going to get some... I'm going to take shield, because shield recharges more easily than health. That didn't give us an item, but that's okay because we'll have a lot more chances to trigger it after we do the boss fight. I just want to make one last sweep and make sure we didn't miss any important toys. You can see we only have 4 items right now that are all really good though. We want to try to get a piece of equipment before we go do this, because it's going to give us an extra cooldown, an extra ability, an extra survival. This is not that great, but we got another one right down here, so make sure to press R to gain height. This is kind of wonky terrain, so it might mess your camera up while you're stuck on a ceiling tile, but this is a better item than what we've got. The other thing helped us find treasure. Oh, I will tell you though, we're going to take this to the void fields and I'm going to show you a trick. It's not as good of an item as what I just had, but if you're having trouble beating the void fields, this thing can help you out. So I'll show you how it works whenever we get there. Just check one last time for items. Nothing. We've already been up there. We can see that there's empty stuff on the ground where we've already looted it, so just... Ooh! Don't let this guy shoot you off the edge of the world. We picked up something. I think it's a healing slug, so that's good. All healing is good for this. Anything that helps us heal is going to help us in the void fields. Alright, let's do this fight, and then we can run out the luck shrine. Maybe get a few more bobs and bits before we go. Fly in the air. Make sure your jetpack's flying. Rain down hell upon your enemies. Charge up your mouse 2. Your mouse 2 attack, also known as the Kamehameha wave. It got blocked by that wisp she threw right in front of us, or that insect. The Beetle Queen shoots out these little bugs, and they have a field around them. I'll go through it so you can see what happens. It marks you with something, some kind of goo, some kind of bee stuff, so you can see I'm yellow now. I don't know if it makes enemies target me more or makes me take more damage or what, but it's never gotten me killed. So if you find yourself covered in yellow bee honey, I would just say keep calm and kill the boss, because it's not really that big of a deal. The boss gave us our predatory instincts, which will get a huge boost of speed and attack speed and maybe critical chance. It basically puts you in a frenzy after you hit 3 critical strikes, so it's okay for us. It's not the best, but it can trigger a lot because the way we burst enemies, we kill a lot of them all at one time. So one critical hit could potentially burst several enemies and get this thing popping off. All these guys are really easy to deal with on the ground if you just throw your left shift down and then right mouse into them. Most of them will be executed in one hit. The others will be stunned. That guy just died right away when he walked into the wall. It does a little bit of damage, and if you're already below a certain damage threshold, it executes you. So if you're below that threshold, that's a decent item. When you hit the wall, it just executes you. It doesn't waste any time. So left shift is a very, very good ability. Let's try to get Acrid. Here we go. We're not going to waste time. We're going to drop all the way down. I don't care what's in the lunar market. Just make sure you slow your descent with your jetpacks. I'm trying to pick this up. It's not working. I have to wait for my R now because I fell too far. R up. Make sure your jets are going. Wait for it to come up. You can climb a high verticality with this. Press R. Make sure the jets are flowing. Got 5 seconds. That boosted me up through the item I was trying to get, so now we're just going to go around and make sure you find this hole in the wall. And you want to go through here. I don't know what that environment log does. I think it just gives us a little bit of lore to read, but when you're down here, just pick up every collectible that you can get whenever you see it. That way you don't miss anything, and if you unlock something cool, you'll get it right away. See our shield and health is charging back up. We have the mushrooms that let us heal when we're standing still, so we're going to use that. We also have a cautious slug that helps us heal outside of combat. So just go ahead and activate this. We have enemies from somewhere now. You can hear them stomping around, but we can only live inside of this, so we're going to let them come to us. They might not come and get you if they don't see you, so try to get their attention. We hit these guys, so they're definitely coming towards us. We have a recycler and we have equipment right here, so we're going to try to buy the equipment as soon as we beat this. I'll show you what I mean. These guys are taking forever. I'm just going to come taunt them a little bit. You don't have to stay inside of here, but it is where you're safe. If you can dip out and damage these guys a little bit, make sure you get back to your safe space so you'll heal up. You can see now, we'll just stand still and we'll gain passive healing. And there goes our shield as well. The enemies are close enough we can start fighting them, so let's do it. I don't know if you have to stand in here for a certain amount of time or until all the enemies are dead, but now it's completed. It'll drop this item. You can search and you can pick one. We're taking the extra ability on our... So we're going to use this item. It'll show us where the next beacon is. It'll show us where the portal is. It'll show us where treasure is. That's why it's kind of handy to have it. You want to look for this beacon going into the sky. That's where your next event is. Press E to start it, and then we can stand still. We'll heal our health back up. You should do this between every event. The hardest thing is going to be finding the events and not dying between runs to get there because of the miasma. Now that's killed us every time so far. Although the attacks do get harder. The enemies do get harder. I think each round they get an item too, and it may be whichever item you just bought. But we don't have to worry about a lot of that because we can execute people with our left shift. It doesn't matter what kind of goofy stuff they have. Once they get below a certain damage, they're just gonna die. I'll show you. Oh, that guy went out. So we completed it. It must be timed. We're taking healing. I'm going to open this because it's right here. We have just enough for it. Damage to bosses is okay. We can see the beacon. We're going to use the Artificer's ability to fly, and we're going to hover over all this stuff. Don't worry about treasure. We don't have money right now. We just want to get to the beacon. Feather your descent. Drop down. Start using your passive healing. We're not going to activate it yet. We're going to let some of this build up. You can heal very rapidly. There we go. Now we want to activate it and let the enemies come to you. We're going to take this healing. We don't want the bear because we don't want the enemies to get it. We can fight through all this other stuff. But you can see right now the monsters have ×5 healing slugs, but they have to be out of combat for that to work. And since they're never going to go out of combat, they're relentless, they're always trying to kill us, that means they're never going to get the use of that item. Your wall and your... Oof, watch out. Your wall and your right mouse attack are going to be very helpful in completing this, because they freeze when they walk into the wall, and they get executed when they fall under their threshold. We're taking shield. Alright, if you can, look up into the sky and see if you can see the beacon. We're in a weird spot, we can't see it, but we can jump up with our ability, and it's over here. We do have some money. We're going to stop and get this. It's a shield. That helps. Not enough to get that, so let's just go to the beacon. And we want to stand here for a minute, passively gain some health. This thing is shrinking, so you can't do this forever. Go ahead and activate it now. Right now the enemies have a dangerous item. They have ×5 crit. You really just don't want to get hit by anything they do while they have this, so keep moving. See, that hurt a lot more than it normally would. You can stun with your mouse, you can freeze with your shift. Keep abusing that and keep executing the enemies so they don't pile up. Then we're just going to stand and gain health. Stand and gain health. Don't eat this guy's attack. Make him walk through the ice. We got him burst down. Here comes his buddy. Still somebody else stomping around somewhere. I can hear him. But he's going to be coming around the mountain anytime now. That guy executed himself on my wall, and we just built it. We just completed it. So we're going to take the bleed damage. We're going to fly up in the air. We're going to look for the beacon. I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. Okay. This is something that can be scary about doing this, is you don't always see it. But the good thing about the Artificer, we can shoot way up in the sky, and we can find it as quick as possible. We're going to heal up. We're going to heal up. We're going to heal up. You can see the blue, our shield is recharged now. We're going to activate this and buy these presents. Okay, so now we see they still have 5 lens maker's glasses that give some crit. Don't get hit by any of this stuff if you can help it. That guy kind of does a cheese move where he explodes when he's on you, and it's harder to dodge because you're confined to this area. So watch out for that. You want to right mouse to stun them, and then throw the ice wall and try to kite them through it. Sometimes they'll kill themselves on it. So this again is the scanner equipment. It just shows us where all the stuff is if you want to maybe path towards it. The other important thing is it'll show you the exit. You're not going to just be magically teleported out of here after you do this. You're going to have to run and fly to the exit. So we're gonna take this band because it helps us do damage. It's really good. Fly up in the air, look for the beacon. The beacon's over here. You have to do 9 of these to unlock Acrid. So we're on number 5. Let's take a second to heal. See some good items over here. Let our shield recharge and hit the blast. The items also, the monsters also get, ouch. So pushing us really far with his dumb attack is very hurtful in this. You don't want to get hit by this golem's beam attack because it just shoots you 10 million miles out. We're very low. This sucks. This guy is shooting us from far away, and I don't want him to do that. I want him to come into the miasma and fight us, because that way his dumb beam won't push us. But you can see with all of our heal items, we're healing a lot, and we're not even out of combat or standing still or any of that, really. God damn it. I hate this guy. I'm just going to try to kill him as quickly as possible, because he's going to lose us the run just by pushing us out into the damn storm. Focus these guys down. Make them your priority. You don't want to lose to something stupid like this. So we just barely got him. We're going to die. All this dumb shit keeps flying into us. We can't get out of it because of the storm. So we're going to stand for a second. Heal up. We're going to take this band. We're going to heal up, heal up, heal up. Heal up, heal up, heal up, heal up, heal up. And we're going to run. The next one's right over here, so it's lucky. We're going to take this. It helps us run faster. And we're just going to stand and heal for a second until we get back to full. Alright, now you can start the objective. Get rid of these guys as soon as you can, because they're just going to constantly, slowly creep up on you and bomb you in the back while you're busy looking at somebody more dangerous. If you get swarmed by a lot of guys, throw your right mouse button at your feet. It'll do a burst all around you, and it'll stun people as well. Don't get hit by this beam. It pushes you a lot. It's going to throw you out into the storm and possibly off the edge of the map. And if you don't have a good movement ability like the R that we have on Artificer, it's going to end your run. It's just going to throw you to death. Try and taunt these guys to coming over to us so that they don't use our beam attack on us. All this dumb shit that knocks us around is really hurting us because it pushes us into the storm. We want the band. There's a good item right here. I'm going to take it. We have 13,000. You can see the beacon all the way over here. We're going to go ahead and switch this out now that you see what that equipment does. I need to go, I need to go, I need to go, I need to go. This is big risky. Get down in here as fast as you can. Stand still if you have the mushrooms so it'll heal you up. We heal rapidly outside of combat because we have the slugs as well, so it's just going to help us boost our health all the way back up. And now you can start the event. Remember what I said about these guys trying to get down on top of you. Don't let this guy hit you because his attack will also throw you a long distance. You get these guys to walk into your ice as often as possible because it will execute them. We stun that guy out of his attack because we have a... do we have a grenade? No, we don't have a stun grenade, so it must have just been our normal stun. I'm going to throw this out. It just triggers my own death effects. I don't think we have any, but It's a better item than the one that we had, because the one that we had just shows us where stuff's at, and that's not really helpful. This isn't a map where we can farm a whole lot because of the constant damage in the void fields. I think this is a time charge. Yep, because all these enemies die as soon as it's done. Taking the ukulele, it's important to help get your procs on Artificer. So just make sure you go towards the beacon. You can pick up presents if you see them along the way, but don't waste time getting them because you'll get distracted and you'll lose a bunch of health. Alright, we can start this. Heal up, heal up, heal up. Here come the bad guys. As long as you're standing still, you'll heal with those mushrooms. You don't have to be out of combat. But standing still will kill you, so just don't do that. I don't know what this pulse is that keeps happening. It might damage us. It's the first time I've ever seen it, so forgive me, I don't know what it does, but damn it just knocked us way up. Make sure to keep falling, because you're taking damage in the miasma. We'll get a little boost here, but this is really close. Don't get hit by those goddamn beams. There we go. We froze all those guys just in the nick of time, but we're really getting messed up. We need a way to heal. If you pick up these orbs, that'll heal you. So that's why having the monster tooth is okay in this. We're really close. We've got 8 of 9. So we're almost going to be able to unlock Acrid. And we got it. Took us a while, but we got it. This run is guaranteed to give you a red item. I really would like to pick it up, but there's so much shit trying to kill me, I don't think I can do it. I can't stand still. Oh, but the miasma's gone. Okay. So just take your time to kill this off. The miasma disappears once you win, and you want to get this red item. Red items are rare and hard to come by, but so the nice thing about this is once you complete it, we're going to take the healing because we have a bunch of healing. You could just shop around. There was a bunch of cool stuff that we couldn't buy because the miasma was killing us, but now we can just go up in the sky and look around at it and take our time. This is the exit. Got a 3D printer for critical hits, so we might take that. We can trade a bunch of these trash items we don't want anymore. Now that we've completed this challenge, they're not as useful, and we can just throw them into any 3D printer that we see. So it's worth looking around. Here's another present. Here's a lunar coin. We're going to go ahead and take that. Fly up, survey the landscape. I don't think we're going to find anything else, so that's a crowbar. That's pretty decent. Alright. We're going to throw away everything we don't need now, and we have a lot of it. This we don't need. This we don't need. This we definitely don't need. I hate this item. Got a little stompy guy, so just freeze them out, execute them really quick. This we don't need. This I don't want. I don't want this either. We'll try to look for a fuel cell to trade this scrap out for. Everything else I'm happy with. So let's go find a printer. For fungus, yuck, we don't want that. We just got rid of that. This gives us the heal flowers on the teleporter event. It's too limited, we're going to save it. Use our scrap for something else. We can get 4 of these and we'll do some big damage, so we're going to do that. It just keeps giving us a greater chance to do a critical hit. We want that, especially on the first hit. With a crowbar, we can one-shot people. So we should have 4 now. We had 4 scraps, so we're going to fly up in the air. Make sure we didn't miss anything, and we're going to head to the exit. 3, 2, 1. Fly up. Press E. You can see our cool look in front of the portal here. Antlers and sunglasses. Alright, so we got 1 challenge knocked out. We were able to get Acrid. We're still in our run, 15 minutes in on the 2nd stage, so it's going to be extra hard now. But we got a lot of extra items from that challenge, and it also gave us a red item that heals us a lot. So, pretty good overall. The key to success on unlocking Acrid is to minimize your time outside in the miasma so that it doesn't do a bunch of damage to you. And pretty much every time we almost died, it was because of that damn miasma. So make sure you have healing items, because if you can't recover your health between stages, it's gonna get real low. And you can see the enemies, they were pushing us out, they were knocking us around, and it was making it hard to stay out of the miasma, which was killing us. The enemies weren't really a threat. We can kill basic enemies like that. We've been doing it tons and tons of times. This isn't an Eclipse trial, but I did set the difficulty to Monsoon, so we're just going to try to beat this run. We have the chances to do really good on this with the items that we have, so we're just going to stay at it. We're also going to be looking for mountain shrines and combat shrines. We can do both of those. We're going to have a good time. We'll get us 2 more challenges. You can see a newt shrine up here if you need to get it. That's one of the locations we've already completed what we want to do, so we don't need that anymore. We're taking the goat hoof as soon as we can afford it. It's a no-brainer for us. I would take this over any other item, unless you have 10 of them already. And then I would still think about taking it, because there's almost nothing in this game better than running fast. It's really important. Running fast will save you more than any other thing, because it's not on a cooldown. You can always run fast as long as you have the items for it and you're pressing the sprint key. This is how fast we are, just running around now with 3 goat hoofs. Stun this guy before he even managed to come fully into life. We're going to take this because we have a boost to healing. So now all the healing we get is just going to be insanely more powerful than it normally would be. That's from the red item that we picked up. I don't know what it's called, but you can see in my item bar on top, it's near the middle, it's a red item, looks like green antlers. So that those green antlers, if you see them, they give you a huge boost of healing. This is the teleporter. I'm distracted by talking, and I almost just activated it, which is not bad to do. You can go ahead and do that and fight. It'll give you a bunch of money. But the problem is if you don't get everything you want, the enemies will stop spawning after you kill all the teleporter stuff. So you're just going to be broke if you see a bunch of treasure you can't buy. This gave us no item, but then it gave us 2 right in a row, and they're both good. The heal slug synergizes really well with the 3 that we already had, so we have 4 now. And it also synergizes with our red item. We're just going to throw away attack speed because it doesn't benefit us that much. And we're going to throw away the fireworks because while they're good, we don't want to be in a situation where we run across something better. It's kind of like the squids. They only work when you're opening presents, so it's like not as 100% useful as some things could be. So we have way too much heat around us. That's why you want to press R and fly into the sky. Try not to bonk into the ceiling if you can. That way you won't get stuck on terrain. This is the death mark. It's okay. It would be helpful if we had more things that cause status effects. But we don't. We're going to get some verticality because I don't like being under these guys. They like to throw their balls at you, and I just don't want that from anybody. No balls on the chin. You can eat my Kamehameha instead. Of course, I missed it because I'm being distracted by a bunch of little munchkins who are pecking at my butt crack. So I'm going to run. You can always use your left shift on the ground to stop those guys if they're pestering you. Left shift will freeze them at the very least, so you can stop them from crawling up your butt. This thing's not giving us anything. You can see it's already dropped so much that we can't afford it anymore. It wants 1,300 gold. This is the way you unlock Paul's goat hoof, by the way. You have to go to that luck shrine and you just have to try it a bunch of times, and if it doesn't work 3 times in a row like it just did to us, then you'll unlock Paul's goat hoof. And it'll be an item that you can pick up randomly, and you want it because it's the best item in the game. That's my hot take. Running fast is the best thing you can do. In fact, we're going to do it right now to the exit. We're only on stage 2 and our difficulty's already very hard, but it doesn't matter that much. You can make it work. We're going to fly up to escape. Make sure your jetpacks are going so you're hovering in the air. In 1 second, we're going to fly up to escape again. That way we just have some verticality. We can maybe cheese his beam out, and we're technically still inside the teleporter range here. Yep, that guy's dead. So we do decent damage. You see, we wasted a lot of time, but we're killing the boss fast. I'm weaving in my primary attack with my mouse 2, and that just bombed him right to death in 1 hit. We got a huge burst from a lot of things. It's the Kajaro's band, it's the ice band, it's the bleed, it's the ukulele. All those things hit him together at the same time, and it just did so much damage it killed him. That's why you'll hear a lot of people who write guides, they'll say things like it's important to have a variety of different kind of damages because they are multiplicative when they're different sources. They're only additive when it's the same source. So it's fun to stack up a really cheesy ability like move speed or attack speed, but for damage, you do more damage by having a variety of things that multiply off of each other. And you want them to proc and trigger those effects. Like right now we have this voodoo doll that triggers our on-kill effects. So if we throw it out, you can see it's ticking, and it's doing something to this guy based on our on-kill. We don't have any on-kill right now, though. We have a bunch of bursts. We're going to get out of here. Alright, I'm going to pause. I'm going to take 1 minute to get a drink, and we're going to get right back into the action. Okay, we're back. Thanks for bearing with me. Let's go to Rally Point Delta. I'll just explain any little things that I see along the way. Here is a favorite thing of mine, a big piece of expensive equipment. Costs $31.09 right now, but this thing is just a massive weapon platform. It shoots enemies, it helps control these little wisps. You don't always get it, but it does appear here very often. I missed that guy, so it's easier to shoot down on him than it is to shoot up at him. We just killed him in one hit with a charged mouse 2 button, so we're really strong right now. This run through the void fields has made us tough. We need a better piece of equipment, so we're going to try to buy this. It's the volcanic egg. It turns you into a fireball and it allows you to escape. So it's a good find. Let's see. We're going to loop around to this thing because we're not going to be able to afford it, and we might even buy it after we do the boss fight just so the boss doesn't kill it. Last time I activated it just for fun to see what happens, and the boss killed it, and I don't think we ever got it back after that. So sad times. Let's go the opposite way. Make sure to run as often as you can. Just cover a lot more ground when you're running. I don't think you're slower when you're flying, but you feel faster. It might just be because you're close to the ground and you can see everything passing by more immediately, but alright, we have a really cool printer here to get more Paul's goat hoofs. We're going to throw our scrap in right away, and basically any garbage we find, if we can get a recycler, we're throwing it in this printer before we leave the level. See how freaking fast we are already? This is okay to just have. It makes a heal burst come out of a teleporter event. This cube is awesome for us. We haven't gotten this in a while, so we're going to take it. But what it does is pulls everything into... Damn, I'm tempted to take that. That's a heal. What this does is it pulls everything into one area. And for the Artificer, that's really useful because once they're all stuck in one area, you can throw your ice wall on top of them, bomb them with your right mouse click, and execute a huge horde of people. So I'll show you what I mean whenever I'm ready to use it. We had a bunch of pieces of equipment just laying here. This is the foreign fruit. It heals you. It's just a big heal burst. That's a really good item, especially if you were in the void fields. I would say take that. But we've already completed the void fields, so we're going to keep our black hole cube, and we're going to make sure we follow our rule. If you see our objectives on the left, we want Christmas presents. We're just standing around fighting people over nothing. That doesn't save Christmas, so we're going to go ahead and keep going for presents. Another crowbar is good. Check this piece of equipment. Pretty much the only thing I'm throwing away for this cube is if I get a missile launcher. Because I really just love having the missiles. They're free damage. They auto-target the enemies. Oof. So if you don't know where the enemies are, you just look at the missiles. They'll tell you. This helps us run fast out of combat, so it helps us with everything else we got going on right now. We're going to fly up. I heard guys appear around me. I'm going to make sure I'm flying. Rain down hell on them. I don't know what this is, but it's not better than what we got. Gnarled Wood Sprite. It's a new item. Heal over time. Okay, that's not bad. That's an item that we unlocked from a challenge, and that's why we want to do challenges, because it helps us unlock more of the items that we still don't have yet. And the more stuff you have, the more cool builds you can work out, try different combos, find out what's overpowered right now. So here's something you need to know about your jump moves that make you fly up in the air. They are stronger the faster you are. So we have so many Paul's goat hoofs now that when we press R, we're going to shoot just about as high as you can go into the sky. And we're probably going to hit the skybox. And if you get so high that you hit the skybox, it just loops you back around to the ground again. So if you see us doing weird flash maneuvers like that, just understand I'm hitting the top of the skybox because I run so fast. There we go. Don't get hit by that guy. Get our presents and run. We have some stuff we can throw in the recycler, so we're definitely going to be fast like Sonic Hedgehog whenever we get out of this level. In fact, if we are as godly as it seems and we beat this, I don't know, we could go ahead and beat it on Monsoon. And then we can save the 20 level loop challenge for another day. Okay, so we have a lot of money and a lot of trash, and we want to find a recycler because we don't want to lose any of our other good items. Let's just look around and see if we can find a little trash can somewhere. This is basically a secret area based on how high it is, but not to us. We have an R button that shoots us through the top of the game if we're not careful. So let's see, we're not finding the recycler, but we are finding more presents. We got a red item, resets all our cooldowns. For the Artificer, this is the best red item you can get because everything you have is based on cooldowns, and all your cooldowns are strong as bejesus. So we want to try not to die to stupid stuff because we have the potential to do kind of a god run right now. I really want a recycler though. Come on, where? Where are you at, Carmen San Diego? I don't see it, but there might be a free treasure box right here, so we're going to snag that. Shield, it's good. Stacks with our other 4 that we have, so the more the merrier. Oh, there's so many good 3D printers. That's boss damage. So sometimes this will happen because it's all random. You just get spoiled for printers and you don't have a scrapper, so you can't scrap anything. You're just going to have to gamble with your good items. But one thing you can do, which I'm about to do right now, is ask yourself, is there anything that I have that's more valuable than running fast like Sonic Hedgehog? And the answer is no. All this stuff I can bear to part with. That hurts, but I can bear to part with it. That hurts, but I can bear to part with it. I don't care about that as much. We're gonna do this till we have 10 move speed. One more. Nothing that I lost there hurt me so bad that it's not worth having 10 of these goat hoofs. I'm gonna go up in the air, see. We can get a ton of height just by dashing and going in the air. Now we have reduced cooldowns, we have increased healing, we have super speed. Just don't die to stupid stuff. It's still really easy to do, and as you can see there's a bunch of it all over the map. We're going to throw our cube here. That's going to pull all the enemies into that. And then we're just going to charge up a Kamea and throw it at it. See how they're all getting pulled in? We're taking a bunch of damage from dumb shit that we can't see behind us. Let's just throw it down in the... Bam! Okay, so it nuked a bunch of them together. That's why I like having this cube on Artificer. You just pile them all together and nuke them down. We have extra charges on our mouse too, so it will build up slowly. Try to get these guys right in the face with them if you can. Yep, we're pretty good for this run. That helped us nuke a bunch of guys down, so we're gonna go ahead and fight the boss. fly up in the sky. This is why I didn't trigger my equipment. These guys killed it last time. I'm throwing my gravity well so it'll pull everybody towards it. And then I'm going to just bomb these guys. It only caught a few people, it seems like, but we nuked them right to death in one shot. Always make sure you're trying to damage the bosses as much as possible. Always make sure you're dashing. See how fast we're moving. These guys are a joke. If we're moving fast, they can't do anything to us. And if you start to lose too much altitude, press R. Make sure your jetpack's going so you don't fall to your death. They're trying desperately to get to us, but no ground melee enemy is going to be a threat to you as the Artificer. You're going to spend 90% of your time in the sky, and the biggest problem is you're just going to not be able to damage these guys before they teleport out of the way. So we're nuking them right now pretty well. Going to throw our ice shield on them. I'm going to throw this cube right here and start charging up a mouse, get it full charge, and blast them. It just chunked all those guys, and they took all the collateral damage because they were standing there close together. As we've discussed before, these guys will push you all around with their laser. Even if it doesn't kill you, it's really goddamn annoying to just be shoved around. So I would recommend don't let them build up. Thin them out. Try to get these guys right in the face with your Kamehameha if you can. You can sprint if they're under you. They like to cheese you and do this. You just sprint away. Wait till they appear. Charge up. Hit them in the face with your Kamehameha. It took a ton of damage just from eating that basketball right in the face. Not as much that time, but there we go. They appeared behind us. We're going to throw this gravity well. Charge up. Hit all the guys in the well. That way they'll all explode and do a bunch of collateral damage to each other. We're losing too much altitude, so we're going to hit R and fly up, and then just bomb down on these guys. They're trying to get to us. They want to get to us and claw us up. We don't care. We did a huge chunk of damage on that hit. It's probably from being a crit. That's why you want to have those sunglasses. That's why it kind of hurt our feelings a little bit to lose them, but we traded them for speed. Golly, look at that damage. And he's dead. We chunked him out. I could tell after that last blast that he was going to get wrecked. Fuel cell is excellent for us. It's going to give us an extra charge on our gravity well. You can see we got a little sonic boom for being out of combat, and I'm just flying back over here. Oh, I can't buy it yet. Damn it. Alright, so you have to complete the teleporter event before you can go buy any items that are left over on the map. So we're just going to hang out. I'm going to stay right here. Oh, these guys showed up. Let's throw them in a gravity well. Bomb them to death. See, a bunch of other guys got pulled into. This item is a supermassive leech. It's very good if you have somebody that does constant continuous damage, because then you can activate that and you'll just heal through the whole damn thing. So if I get 10 stacks of attack speed on Huntress, then I like that item, because I'll just constantly heal as I'm pegging people with hits. And you don't have to aim with Huntress. She'll just home in. As long as you're looking in their general direction, you're going to be doing damage and then healing. So Supermassive Leech can be fun under the right circumstances, and if I don't have a good health item, I definitely do take it from time to time. Okay, let's go buy our giant floating toy. We're already super late in the game at the highest difficulty because we did the Void Trials to get Acrid. So we're not going to worry about speed. What we're going to worry about now is running around, and we're very fast. We're going to try to make sure if we see any drones, we just get all of them, because they'll help support this big flying bastard. if you're gonna go with drones, I just say get as many of them as you can. That way the enemies have too many things to bother with trying to hit, and they can't focus on one of them. So they get overwhelmed if you have an abundance of drones. I'm not seeing a lot around here. We've pretty much ran the whole map, but we'll try one more time over on this side. I seem to recall there being a bunch of stuff just over in the field. We got the volcanic egg or the heal fruit. We're keeping the cube because the cube is just so much fun for this. Still got a few guys hanging out, mean mugging us, but I don't see any drones laying around, so we're just gonna go. Sometimes I call them pills, the pill containers that have money in them can look like the drones because they're both the same shape. We have just a bunch of open pill bottles. We didn't have any actual pills. Like this, free pills, free money. There's a lot of bosses on this level. They're going to probably beat up our drones, so we're just going to activate as many of them as we can. Light this guy up, kill him as fast as possible so he doesn't have a chance to heal. Pretty much whatever you see in this stage, you can start fighting it right away. Because you're going to need money. It's only going to get worse. If there's a bunch of bosses, you're going to have to deal with them all. So try to whittle them down before you start the teleporter event. You're going to be fighting like 5 or 6 bosses. Another red item. Hooks enemies near us. That's okay. There is a way to get a guaranteed red item on this stage. You're going to look for areas like this. This little glowing area sometimes has it in this little nook right here. But the way that you can tell if the item is there is there's going to be mushrooms on the ground. There's going to be pink glowing mushrooms. Like, I'll show you when we find it. I'm sure it's here. There's guaranteed to be one. It's just not always in the same place. We have some money, so let's just open presents. More shield is good because it stacks with our other shield. So this guy's going to be a problem unless we deal with him. And we killed him pretty fast last time. So burst him down. If you get a good crit, you're going to do a ton of damage. You can always throw out your Q to force everybody into a ball and then get some sky and Kamehameha him with a full charge. Look how much damage we chunked off of him with just one hit. That guy's done. Now we don't have to deal with him anymore. Otherwise he'll just keep walking around messing with us. There's a lot of dangerous stuff in this level, but we are badasses right now. We don't care about most of it. Bomb this guy just as fast as you can. Just as fast as you can. We want this. It's a feather. So that was a gamble. We took a random item and it ended up being one of the best things we could have gotten. But I took that because I didn't want the other things all that much. So the question mark, you can just try your luck. Trying to kill these guys so they don't put a bunch of acid on the ground and so they don't have a chance to heal. We're taking damage. So remember to press run button. There's no cooldown on running. If you have a lot of speed, it's the best thing you can do to survive. That's a good item for us. That's not that great for us right now. It's a recycler. It'll allow you to look at an item and it'll give you the option to change it into a different random item once. So if you get a bad drop, you can recycle it and hope for the best. A lot of times it works out. Okay, I'm trying to show you where the secret chest is on this. It wasn't in the first couple of places, so we're gonna check. Oof. Another feather. This is great. I'm going to make sure I'm right here, and I'm going to jump up. So I shoot through that hole in the roof. And I have 2 double jumps now, so I have to make sure I spam those all out. Give me 1 second. So we're going to make sure we're flying, so we descend slowly. You can see the glowing mushrooms right here on the top of this tree. This is one of the places this will appear. It costs 7,000 to get this, so you'll probably get it after the teleporter event. Just don't forget about it. It's a free, guaranteed red item. Alright, let's see. We did a bunch of bullshit looking around, no mountain shrines, no combat shrines. I'm not sure we want to do them on this level anyway, it's kind of dangerous. You can see all these nightmare bosses that are just appearing down below. We have some uncommon scrap, but no common scrap, so we're not going to mess with those 3D printers. We're just going to start this. This is a kind of a good location for this to be in. Fly up in the air, and we're just going to make sure we stay airborne. All this shit is super dangerous. You can use your R to try and dodge some of that beam. We're way up, so I'm just going to start thinning these guys down. Because we can surprisingly chunk the shit out of them if we hit them with all this. Yeah, we did okay. We see we have like 2 or 3 of these titans to deal with, and I think our gunner drone is also doing a bunch of work as well. I don't know where he is, but we can see on the left. Oh no. Our big guy got left behind. I don't know what happened. I thought we had him. His name would be the TC something or other 1000 whatever, but he's gone. I guess he got wrecked. I wasn't paying attention to what happened in the last boss fight, so that might have had something to do with it. I'm going to throw this just to pull everybody together. See, we're chunking the shit out of that guy. He's gone. Once he starts beaming you, you can run. And we have a big problem. This jellyfish snuck up on me. That jellyfish will one-shot us with his big super attack. So we need to get rid of this guy. Run from the beam attack. You can outpace it if you circle strafe. And you can run in the air, so make sure you're always doing that. I'm just going to bomb this guy. I think that got him. Nope. You can see the gravity wells pulling all the nuisance enemies together so that they're manageable. That's why I like to have it on him. We have a couple of charges of it. The boss is dead. We knocked his ass out. But then all these other things that are harder than the boss to kill have appeared. So we have to make sure we deal with them until we actually beat the level. And they're going to keep appearing too, you can see. I'm going to try to get ice on these guys by putting it up high. It did not work, but it was a cool thought. Stay away from this jellyfish. He's going to do an ultimate attack whenever you start to kill him. We tried to get into the shade, but he bombed us with his one-hit kill. If you don't get behind shade before that stupid bomb goes off, he'll just insta-give you. Unless you have a stealth war kit, you're dead. There's nothing you can do to block it. Maybe if you have a ton of health from health and shield and all this stuff, but we already took some damage from some other stupid bullshit, so it just blew us out of the sky. But one good thing, we did complete the Void Trials. So now you can see we have Acrid unlocked. This is Acrid. This is one of the things we were trying to accomplish. So this is kind of a cool thing. Even though we didn't win that run, we still got our challenge complete. So, take a look at his overview. He's a melee range hybrid. He uses powerful poison to melt tanky enemies. Powerful DOT. Poison leaves enemies at 1 HP, so you still have to finish them off. He has no natural defenses, so you need to hit and run. His neurotoxin has a low cooldown, so you just spam it a whole bunch, is basically what they're telling you. Let's see, for our skills, we have poison, That's his passive, so your attacks just apply powerful damage over time. We have Vicious Wounds. It looks like a swipe. You maul an enemy for 200% damage. Every third hit is regenerative, so if you do a little Berserker Barrage and keep hitting people with it, you'll get a boost of healing, is what it sounds like. Neurotoxin. You spit Poisonous Bile for 240% damage, so that's just spams his poison. Caustic Leap. This sounds good. Leap in the air, dealing 320% damage, and leave acid. So he jumps and lands and leaves acid behind, but any kind of jump or move is good. You want that because it helps you get out of trouble. And then it looks like his R is Epidemic. Release, or maybe that's his R. Poisonous. Release a deadly disease that deals 100% damage. The disease spreads up to 20 targets. So that's going to be what you use against mobs. That way it'll just keep spreading them and killing them and doing DOT. That's pretty cool. We will definitely try this guy out later. Let's take a look at some behind the scenes stuff really quick. This has been fun, so I'm going to keep going. I'm going to take a break just for 1 second. Be right back. Alright, we're back. So that was a fun run. We didn't do Eclipse that time, we were just doing a normal run on Monsoon, so there was no health penalty, but we wanted that because we were trying to unlock Acrid. We didn't want to start at 50% health on the Void Fields, so we were able to do a build with enough health and regeneration that it allowed us, coupled with our move speed, to unlock him pretty quick. Here he is. Acrid is the only character from Risk of Rain 1 that is the same character. A lot of these characters, like the Commando, is pretty much the main character of Risk of Rain 1. In the story, he's the guy who escaped. So they crash land on this planet. They have to fight a bunch of alien monsters. And he's the guy that makes it to the rocket and gets out. And he actually meets Acrid on his way. You fight him. But after you beat him, he joins you. And he stays behind on the planet to live out his life as a happy little monster. He just wants to be left alone. But then the Void monsters start trying to capture him, and he becomes their prisoner. And that's why you unlock him through the Void Fields in Risk of Rain 2. So now we have him. We have Commando, we have Huntress, we have Bandit. We have Mole T, who is a little robot. His gimmick is he shoots a rapid fire blaster. We have the Engineer, who can drop turrets that constantly fire. That's pretty cool. And then he has a bubble shield, which blocks all incoming damage. That can be kind of fun to play with. Of course, we've been using the Artificer, and we have the Loader. The Loader is kind of like Ripley from Alien, or Vi from League of Legends, in that she has a power suit that gives her big punches. So basically what you do with the Loader is you grapple. I think they have a grapple ability that you unlock. Yeah, Grapple Fist. And it allows you to kind of swing around the map like Spider-Man, propel yourself, you aim the grapple and then launch, and then you just punch the shit out of people. It's kind of hard to play. It says the Loader is immune to fall damage, so that's cool. You don't ever have to worry about falling. You can charge up, but I think there's another spiked gauntlet that's better that you want to be using instead of the charged gauntlet. We don't know. Let's see how you unlock that. Spiked. Maybe it's some DLC that we don't have yet. I don't know. Right now our options are Charged Gauntlet or Earth Shatter. Alright, so who do we want to play for this next run? And what do we want to do? Let's go to Prismatic Trials and let's see what we've got today. I don't know what they're going to be, so we're just going to try it. We're going to use Huntress, and we're going to see what the challenge is. Well, last time we only had 10 health. We need to destroy 3 time crystals, so we can see one right there. They're shooting beacons into the sky. Let's go get them. Remember to throw your boomerang with Huntress. Here's 1 time crystal. We don't do as much damage as Artificer. We might switch to Artificer and do this if we die. We're looking for the beacons. I see one up in the sky, so what I'm going to do is use my R. Okay, I don't climb that high, so I'm going to use this vent. And that'll shoot us up here to it. Throw your boomerang. That's 2. Here's the 3rd, and there's even a 4th. We're going to put our R on top of it. There's the 3, and now we need to find the teleporter. We have no items, but this doesn't seem that hard. Let's just fight it out. Here we go. All we have is armor plate. I believe in the heart of the cards, though, Yugi. Stone Titan. I think we can beat this pretty easy. All you have to do is avoid his beam. Which we did not do. Alright, we're going to do Artificer this time. We just want Artificer because we can do big damage. We don't need items. Alright, here we go. Look at the time crystals. We see one right here. Looks like they're even in the same places. So take some money. It's free money. Charge up. Bomb that thing. It did not bomb it down as fast as I hoped, but the good thing about Artificer is we can fly right up here. Got another one right here. Just bomb it. It's dead. You can see there's 2 more up ahead. Same 2 from last time in the same bat place. Same bat time, same bat channel, same bat 2C. I'm going to try to lob this in the middle of them. Fail. It was a big old fail. There's that one. That one killed it in 1 hit. So now all we need to do is take a little money. We're going to see if we can just find any kind of present at all along the way. I'm not seeing them. I think these prismatic trials are special challenges that are created by players, so they get to decide what's even on the map. That's why we're not finding a lot of stuff. There's some equipment. I don't know if we afford any of it. I'm going to take this opportunity to get some more money. But yeah, I would at least like 1 item. Please, give me something. It's just nothing, fam. Oh, I see some blue boxes, It's just money. This is a horrible taunt. He's taunting us by giving us all money and no presents. Alright. Well, we picked the Artificer for this very reason, so we're just going to go ahead, and it might be part of the scenario that you don't have any items except this armor plate. It's okay. We can do this. He's going to beam us. Press R. We got so much distance, it's really hard for him to hurt us. He was doing a little bit of damage, but not nearly enough. So we chunked him for a huge amount, and the ice wall also did damage. Weave in your mouse 1. Hit him with the Kamehameha. Wait till he does this, and then press R. So he wasted a bunch of time aiming, and he wasn't damaging us while he was trying to catch up with us. We got him. He's done. So I don't know what this does, but we're picking it up. Oh, oh, oh. That's kind of annoying. Then we get mobbed by all these guys right here at the end. Shnikes. I guess we get a choice. But I can't choose with all these fools around me. Their shenanigans. So maybe we have to keep doing this or complete a run. We're gonna take the feather. We should have took the bandolier. That's okay. The bandolier will give us resets on our abilities. Yeah, we got to keep doing this. So we'll just keep going until we complete it. Not that hard. We just want to make sure we complete this so we get a challenge. I never knew what these were because I pretty much... The base game is just mysterious. It doesn't tell you anything. You kind of have to play as you go, but it's not very hard to figure out. So I wouldn't say that there's like a high barrier for entry. I think most survivors, you can pick the game up and fool around with them for 5 to 10 minutes and you can pretty much figure out what you need to be doing. It's just a matter of executing it with excellence. That's the difficult part. So bomb that right away. We want to try and find another one. I think these things have a beacon that they shoot into the sky, but let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. I don't see any, so there's the teleporter. We need that. And we got a time crystal right over here, so we're just going to path to it. Make sure I'm sprinting. I'm going to lob this basketball at full charge. And it didn't quite finish it, but that did. So now we can go to the teleporter. We can open it up. I think this is a time trial, so that's why it's important to be speedy. We'll see. This guy has a big old shield. I think he is what is called an elite boss, and we do have a challenge for that. So maybe that'll give us this. I don't know. There's sometimes I think certain things are disabled, but sometimes you can unlock abilities by just doing this. So you can see he's a big tough guy. We're going to drop to avoid his beam, and then we're going to run. Keep jumping, keep moving, keep running, and then press R. The only reason I dropped out of the sky is because dropping gives you so much speed. Gosh, why is he healing up so much? He keeps healing, so I guess I have to constantly damage him. We're going to jump, press R just to get away from that beam and make sure you're flying. He also does like electric damage, it looks like. Jeez Louise, this guy's tough. We can't, yeah, something's healing him. That right there, he's doing that spaghetti attack that the clay Doomstriders do. Make sure you're flying, or else you're gonna get hurt by this guy. He's hurting my feelings real bad. I'm waiting 3 seconds to press R. There we go. I'm going to let myself fall so I dodge the beam. We're hurting him. He's not healing as much as he was. So press R, escape damage, make sure you're flying. Charge up your mouse. Lob it at him like a basketball. You're going to press R to get away from that beam and let yourself fall. So that way you keep dodging it. This guy does lightning damage as well. So he's burning us like after the fact, and it's really fucking up our Christmas. We need to run for a little while. It's hard to deal with this. Problem is he's healing up the whole time. So this might be it. You can't let up on this guy. I would say instead of doing my fall trick, you press the run button. Because I was doing better at getting away from it than I was with my trick, and it's less risky and volatile. Press the run button. Keep running. Keep running. I think we're dead. Yep. Because the lightning blast finishes you off, even if the beam doesn't. That's a really tough fight. Holy smokes. So I'm learning how these things go as we play them. The top 10% of players will be rewarded with literally nothing for now. This game has a lot of fun humor, just peppered in. You can look at the global, I don't know, you must complete a prismatic trial to see the time of others. So I guess you compete in trials for time. We're going to try again, that was fun. Now that I kind of know what I'm doing, I'm going to try to make the best of this. Yeah, so you start out with armor, and I didn't see any items you could buy on the map. So I guess the challenge is you just get what they give you. Charge up, charge up, charge up, full. Jump up in the air and blast that guy. Let's just keep running. One thing that I see that you can do though is you can activate all these drones. So we're gonna do that for sure. Especially if they stick around and help us on the future levels, because that could have helped us a lot against that Titan by just what do you say? By just keeping him from healing, because he was getting a bunch of healing while we had to run away to recover. And hang on, I'm checking to see something. I see 2 combat shrines here, and I have a challenge to do 3. So if we see a 3rd one, we're just going to say to hell with the time trials, and we're going to use that to unlock our other challenge. It might not work. 1, 2, we're looking for a 3rd pink challenge shrine, and if we see these time crystals, we'll just blast them as we go. Let's go up here. Oop. I didn't mean to do that. Lob basketballs, lob basketballs. There's that one. I just wanted to see what was up here. Damn it, I keep messing it up though. I'm going to stand here for a second so I don't lose altitude. Press R. What in the world is this? Oh, it's another one of those tablets. This shows you a secret code that you can enter at other things on the game to cause certain effects. We're not going to mess with that. It's just a cool thing that's on this level that we found. I don't see another combat shrine, so I guess we can't cheese it. We're going to go ahead and fight. Fight, fight, fight. Well, we missed, but our basketball is so good it still did a little collateral damage. Alright, that's all of our things, so we're just going to go over to this and start it up. In fact, let's quit the menu because we already wasted a bunch of time looking for something that's not there. We can just restart and we can do this much faster. Here we go. We're going to beeline. We know all the little tricks and secrets. We know there's no items to pick up. It's going to give us a choice of things, and then we start with armor, which is good. Armor is good. It just does flat damage reduction. Okay, that's 1. Everything that we see laying on the ground we're going to activate, so it just does bonus damage and shoots enemies for us. This costs 100, so we don't even really need that much to get it. You can see this turret is already doing work for us. And we do get the money for that. I see a little guy who just wants to be punched in his eye. Oh, he dodged me. You can't dodge a freeze, homie. So... feather your fall so you don't crash to your death. Oh, we still don't have enough money. This is so embarrassing. Alright. Well, here's the solution. Combat Shrine. Now a bunch of guys are going to spawn and give us a hard time, and we don't have enough money. We're going to run away from the danger as it starts to overwhelm us. Let this gun do some work. We're going to buy this. What is this? I want it. We're almost there. We're almost there. Okay. We can afford it. It is an incinerator, so it'll fly around and burn people for us. That's kind of fun. So we know the teleporter exit is over here. There's another drone. We want to get it. I don't know if that's part of the gimmick of this map or if it's the strategy that the author of the map intended. Author of the trial. But we want it. We want all the ones we can get. Felt like we had another one. It must have got killed. I guess that can happen as well. Let's just look and make sure there's not a gun turret or something else we can quickly spend a little bit of money on. Oh, that's it. We had a gun turret. That's why. Yeah, okay. So let's get these. Bomb the ground so that this guy can't get in your face. Let's go activate this turret. It'll continue to shoot these guys. We're going to guard it just for a second to make sure we get some more mileage out of it. Alright, cool. I like having Santa's little helpers, so there is a chest in there. It'll give you a red item. If we have enough money at the end of this fight, we'll buy it, but I don't think we will. It takes like 3 grand, and you can see we're not making a lot of money. We're making like level 1 money. Where the hell is the exit? I feel like I just saw it a minute ago. There we go. I'm pathing towards it. Ooh, here is a drop. This lets us pick something. We're taking the bandolier. It's a very good item. Okay, let's fight this. I don't know where that came from. Maybe because I don't know where that came from. I would just be speculating. Okay, make sure you're gonna fly. And Kamehameha this guy as hard as you can. I'm gonna charge your... What I mean by that is charge your right mouse button up as much as possible. There's some more stuff dropped on the ground here that we can get. So I guess enemies are dropping items. That's pretty darn cool. Maybe that's how we're supposed to power up for this. I thought you just had to go super hard mode. We're getting blasted by this guy, but not enough to be scared of him. So just charge up, hit him. Now we've burst him down. He's wrecked. So there's a bunch of stuff on the ground, it looks like, dropping from enemies that we can pick up. It's going to help us. I didn't realize this is how it went, or I would have been going this route. Pick up ammo packs when you see them. They reset your abilities, and you can just go nuts. Alright, we're going to take this. We're going to get healing. We're going to take this. We're going to get healing. We're going to take this. We're going to get a feather. We're going to take this. We're going to get this band. There's probably some really good items in there I should have picked because they're good on Artificer. We'll just keep an eye out for them in the future. I feel good about this build. What we have is better than what we had last time we did this. Alright, let's kill the time crystals. Take it out quick. We only need 3. Looks like I was going to say it looks like they spawn randomly, but I don't think they do. I think they're in the same place every single time, so I think that's just part of the run. You can see all these little guys that we bought are killing enemies we don't even see, and they're just getting us free gold. So in a limited run like this where you don't have access to items in the normal way, I would say pick up every one of these little guys that you get that you see. Now we got all our abilities back, and we can just spam them again because we picked up an ammo pack from the Bandolier. So we got all our abilities back. We just spam them again. This is why the Bandolier is very strong on Artificer. So our goal now, we just want to find the exit, the teleporter. We've killed all of our time crystals. I'm picking up all the money I can just because it's free, and if we see something we want to be able to buy it. Bonus time crystal. I don't know what this is, but it looks cool. Can I interact with this? Pray to the shrine. We're doing it. I don't know what I just did, but oh, looks like I activated some enemies. That's okay. I can kill these guys. I'm not sad about that. They really are not worrisome to me at all. We can burst them down really quick, and we can use our shield to, what do you call it? Oh, this is giving me money the longer I stay in here and do this. That is pretty freaking cool. I never have seen one of these before. I guess we can maybe leave at any time, or pray to it again. Yeah, so it stopped when we prayed to it again. Holy smokes, look at this guy. Oh, I think this is a special boss, and you can actually unlock a thing that'll make him fight for you. I did not realize this was going to be part of it, but we're kicking his ass. Yeah, so this opens a portal for us to somewhere. I'm not taking that portal because I want to complete this challenge. We're taking boss damage. Got a lot of stuff going on. We're taking boss damage. I can't pick any of this shit up though. There we go. I was going to say I should have 2 of these. We're wasting a lot of time. Let's go find the exit. It's here. We have a much better build than the random janky shit that we had last time we tried this, so let's see if we can just get out of here. Here we go. Go up in the sky. Make sure your jets are flowing so that you don't fall to your death. Aim down. Bomb this guy. Don't let up. Weave in your primary attacks. We're nuking him with this boss damage. Don't let up on this guy. Press R to escape his beam if you have to, and bomb him. Also put that on him. It's just bonus damage. We want to kill him as much as possible because you see he keeps healing. Get airborne, and we killed him. Okay. So we found 2 items that gave us boss damage, and it helped us a ton to kill that guy. I'm assuming the bosses are only going to get worse, so I'm taking it every time I see it. Let's get another jump. Let's take let's take this. I think it's really good. Your ignite effects deal quadruple damage. Okay, so that's pretty good for Artificer. I don't think we have any yet, but we'll get some. Like this. This is an ignite effect. So, alright, let's go. Okay, we completed the trial. Wow, so that's good. I guess that's all we had to do. We got 11 minutes and what is it? 4 seconds, I guess. We're rank 1185. So that's kind of cool. Alright, well, let's see what we unlocked for that. Go to the logbook. You can see it's something under items and equipment. So that's cool. We unlocked the gnarled wood sprite. This is an item that we found, but we had unlocked it previously. So the gnarled wood sprite. You gain a wood sprite follower that heals a friendly target for 10% of their maximum health instantly. And then 1.5% of your maximum health every second. So this is a little buddy that follows you around. It's equipment. Activating the equipment assigns a new target or yourself if there are no targets available. So if there's no targets, you get this little buddy and he'll follow you around and heal you. Or you can put it on an ally if you have a really strong minion or a really strong drone like that gunner we kept getting. I would probably put it on him. It's kind of cool. Did we get anything else? I know we unlocked the challenge, so let's go see what we got. We're looking for completed a prismatic challenge. So now we can get this item. I don't think it'll show up until we found it on the world somewhere. This is it right here. So you have to find it to figure out what it does. I'm sure there's some guide or wiki you can look at. But now we have the chance to find it, just like these other items that we've unlocked. We still haven't found them all. It's because some of them are special, like these are lunar items. So they only appear in special places like the lunar market, or there's like a really rare chance for them to spawn. I think some items make there always be a chance to spawn lunar items. Which one is it? Using a shrine summons enemies nearby. Creates a ward of power that buffs enemies and allies. Heal 100% more. All healing is applied over time, so you heal a lot more, but you don't have any instant heal. It's all slow regen. Shaped class, increase base damage by 100%, reduce max health. That's fine for me. I play on Eclipse all the time, so I'm used to having 50% health. This is the Hook of Heresy. It allows you to replace your secondary skill with a boomerang attack. I don't like it on Artificer because my secondary skill is really good. Dealing damage as a stack of ruin. This is a good item generally. It has limited drawbacks compared to the damage that it does for a lunar item, so if you're going to get one, I say recommend Essence of Heresy. I also think this Hellfire Tincture was quite good. Ignites all characters within 15 meters, and it deals 5% of your maximum health per second as burning damage to yourself. So the more max health you have, the more damage it'll do to yourself, but I didn't have enough that it felt like it did much, and it really just burned the shit out of my enemies. It's 24 times stronger on enemies, so I would say that's a good one. Hellfire Tincture. Transcendence is also good if you're going to get a lunar item because it converts all your health into shield, and then you have like 1 health. So basically you don't ever want to get knocked out of your shield, but shield regenerates faster and you can get the item, the regenerating shield belts, that'll boost it up quicker. So this can be really overpowered. You'll basically never have to worry about health ever again if you just take this Transcendence thing. And I guess there's some kind of drawback to that, not having health and having shield instead. Like, it makes a lot of items not as useful. But other than that, what's really the drawback? Alright, we're going to take a break. This has been a long stream. We got a lot done. We beat an Eclipse trial. We unlocked Acrid. I'm going to take some time and maybe update my objectives and then figure out what I'm going to do next. So I really appreciate you taking the time to play with me, and I'll see you maybe in an hour.